All right, folks, we're here for Word Chapter 5, Capstone, called Alumni. So I've got my document open and I got the instructions in front of me, so I'm ready to go. So step one was just getting the document open, so we're good on that. Step two, select all text and apply a first line indent of 1/2 inch and ensure there's no paragraph spacing in the selected text. So to apply that to select all text, I'm going to hit Control A and I'll get everything. There we go. And to do the first line indent and spacing, I'm going to go to the paragraph dialog box by clicking in the bottom corner of that group. So I'll get rid of the paragraph spacing first, make that 0. And first line indent lives in this special area here. So if you hit the drop down, you can do first line, and then the automatic default is 0.5 here. So now that I've done that, I'll hit OK. And you'll see the first line of every paragraph is now indented by 1/2 inch. Next thing we need to do is go to the top of the document and remove the first line indent from that line. So I have my insertion point there, back to the dialog box, and I'm going to hit none for that. So now I'm back on the margin. Step 2, done. Step 3 is talking about newsletter headings and how to make them look nice. So what we're going to do is insert a text box at the top of the document, choosing to draw the text box. Okay, so I'll go to the insert menu, text box off near the right, and choose draw text box. I'm just going to draw something like that. We change the size later, so that's fine. So change the height to 0.75 and width to 6.5. So make sure I have it clicked on. Drawing tools format, 0.75, and the second one was 6.5. Okay. Choose top and bottom text wrapping. Okay, again in the format area, top and bottom. And then click the position in the arrange group on the format tab and select more layout options. Okay, so position, more layout options. Adjust the absolute position in the horizontal to 0 inches to the right of the column. So horizontal area absolute should be 0. Whoop, 0 to the right of the column. Perfect. And absolute position for vertical should be 0.03 below paragraph. So that should be 0.03. And then we'll hit OK. All right, so that moved my box into the right area, and that means step 3 is done. Step 4, we are to type UNC's growing list of accomplishments in the text box, center the text horizontally, and then do a couple more things. So I'll do my typing first. So this is in all caps. I'm going to put my caps lock on. UNC's growing list of accomplishments. Okay. Center the text horizontally, so I can do that in the Home tab. There we are, it's in the center alignment. Then we want to click Align Text in the Format tab. So Align Text is here in the middle, and select Middle. Okay, cool. We're done step 4. Step 5, change the shape fill to green. So I have make sure I have my shape selected. And over here in the drawing tools format, you'll see shape styles. So shape fills in there, and we want green, which happens to be this one. Then we want to change the color of the text in the text box to white background 1. So I'm going to highlight the text. And I can go to, so you can do it in here, change the font color as well. So I'm going to do that with white background 1, which I think is this one. And then we have to change the font size to 22. So I'm going to do that on the Home tab and change the font size to 22. Bold the text. And then we remove the shape outline from the text box. So I'll click on the outside of the text box again, go back to the Format tab, and choose Shape Outline. And we want no outline. Okay, So now it's just a big green box with white writing on it. Step 5 is done. Step 6, insert a shape under the left side of the text box, selecting trapezoid in the basic shapes group. Okay, so to get to inserting shapes, you go to the Insert tab, and Shapes is here in the Illustrations area. And a trapezoid is in Basic. It looks like that. So I'll click on that, and I'll insert it below. It then tells me to change the height to 1.4 and width to 1.8. So Drawing Tools format, height 1.4, and then 1.8 for the width. Okay, that's step 6 done. Step 7, change text wrapping of the shape to top and bottom. Okay, I have the shape selected, wrap text top and bottom, so now all the text falls below. Change the shape fill to green and remove the shape outline. So we're going to essentially make it look like the box that we already made. So shape fill, I already have green selected from before, so I can just click the bucket itself. I already have the shape outline set from before, so I can click that. Now the outline is gone. Now we have to position the shape. So, and it says using the same commands you did for the text box. So we're going to go to Position, More Layout Options, and we need to have an absolute position of 0 to the right of the column. Okay, 0. And 0.78 below paragraph. So mine is already set nicely, so I can hit OK. Right, shifts it a little bit. So that's step 7 done. Step 8, with the trapezoid shape selected, type number of academic programs with specialized accreditation, :16 in there. Okay. Academic programs is all bolded, or not bolded, all caps. Turn off my caps lock with specialized accreditations, :16. All right, so that's step 8. Done. Step 9, duplicate the shape and drag it just below the approximate center of the text box. Okay, there's 2 ways to duplicate. So you can do a quick copy paste. Another way to do it is you can just hit Control D. Boom, makes a double. It wants me to put it kind of in the middle of there. Then it says do the positioning. So if I'm messing with the positioning, I'm going to go to the Position, More Layout Options. And I want 2.35 to the right of the column. So let's change that to 2.35. And vertically is 0.78 below paragraph, which it already is. So I'm hitting OK. Change the shape fill to gold accent 4. So if I'm going to do that, I have to go to the Drawing Tools format, shape fill, find gold accent 4. And then replace the existing text. So I'm going to highlight the stuff I'm going to get rid of. And we have to write in vibrant health, P.E, and where am I? Oh, comma, and recreation program, :37% growth. Don't type in the period. Okay, step 9 is done. Step 10, duplicate this shape. So I'm going to hit Control D, and I'll slide it over to the side. Position it at 4.7 to the right of the column and 7.78 below. So position, more layout options. So I'm at 4.7 already here, and then 0.78 here. So I'm in the right spot, so I'll hit OK. And change the shape fill to green and replace the existing text. So let's do the shape fill first. So I'll click on that shape and find shape fill, and we're going to do green again like last time. And then we have to replace the text. So I'm going to highlight the text I'm going to replace and start typing in large, highly ranked AACS B-accredited MBA program. And that's it. Don't write the period. Cool. Step 10. Done. So let's get to the next page. Step 11. Select all text below the shapes with the exception of the blank paragraph marks at the beginning and format to 3 columns. Okay, so there's 2 blank paragraphs. I'll leave those alone and just click and drag all the way to the bottom. So we need 3 columns. So I'm going to go to the Layout tab, Columns 3. Okay, looks like I got 3 columns. Change the font to Times New Roman 12. Okay, Home tab. Start typing it. It's quicker. Times New Roman 12. Hitting tab in between to move forward. Change the margins to narrow, so that would be on the Layout tab. Margins, narrow. Okay. Next, check spelling. Correct any mistakes, ignore grammatical and clarity concerns. Okay, so review, spell check. Per year should have a space in between. Million is spelled wrong. Technology is spelled wrong. Program is spelled wrong. Yeah, I want to check the rest. No issues. Perfect. Step 12. Done. All right, the newsletter heading is comprised of 4 shapes. The 3 trapezoids and the text box. We can group them together. So what it's saying is click the first trapezoid shape of the document, hold down Shift and click the remaining. So I'm going to click in there. So I have it highlighted, make sure just the outside is done. If I hold down Shift, I can pick and just click on the outside so you see this kind of 4 arrow thing and click all of the rest of them. So I can group them so I can move them all at the same time instead of having to do them all individually. So if you go to the Drawing Tools Format area, you can hit Group and then Group. So now it's just one big thing. Okay. So that's it for step 13. Step 14, insert a continuous section break at the end of the document so the columns on the last page are in proportion to one another. Okay, let's do that. Let's go to the very end of the document before the little paragraph note, and our continuous section breaks are in the Layout tab under Breaks. Section break continuous, and there we go. All our columns are nice and even across the page. Click anywhere on page 1 and insert a text box. Okay, page 1, insert, and then text box. And we are going to be drawing a text box. So we want to have the approximate location of the second paragraph in the left column on page 1, beginning with Provost Arden. Okay, so that's right about here. So I'll just put in a text box there. Change text wrapping to top and bottom. Okay, so wrap text top and bottom. Adjust the height to 1 inch and width to 4. Okay, height 1, width 4. Done that. Change the shape style to subtle effect green accent 6. Okay, so I have it clicked. I'm in the format, so shape styles. I want, it says it's row 4, column 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Green accent 6. That looks right. Picking that. And then we're done. Step 14. Step 15. So it talks about a pull quote, and that's basically to make your newsletter or document look a little bit nicer. So what we're going to do is create one of those in this box. So it's going to say UNC has a 316 million per year economic impact on Shades Valley. Include the period, okay. Select the text and change it to white background 1. Okay, highlight the text and then text fill here in that area and white background 1. Okay, bold the text. All right, so I can do that. I can just hit Control B and that will bold the text. Select 316 million in a text box and change the font size to 22. Okay, so select that and change the size to 22. Okay, center the text in the text box horizontally. Okay, so I'll just I'll select the text in there and choose the horizontal alignment. There we go. Step 15 is done. Step 16, position the text box at 0.2 to the right margin and 4.75 below the margin. So we do that so I'll click on the outside of the box, drawing tools format, position, more layout options, and then we get our positioning area. So we want 0.2 to the right of the margin. So we have to pick margin from this column. Vertical is 4.75 below the margin. So I have to choose margin here. And I'll hit OK. All right, so put it there. That looks like a weird spot. Let me double check to make sure I did it right. Absolute position to the right of the margin, 4.75 below margin in the vertical section. Okay, it's in the right spot. It just looks funny. So going to step 17. Remove the first line indent from the first body paragraph on page 1. So we'll go up to the top. So that would be this one here. So to remove it, we go to our paragraph dialog box and, oh, it already has none. So that first body paragraph on page 1, oh, beginning with state funding. So that's this one. So our paragraph dialog box, get rid of that, hit OK. Now we are going to insert a drop cap. So I have my insert point before the S in that sentence. If I go to the Insert tab, drop cap is this one in the text box. So add drop cap, and we want to use the dropped option. So now we have a big S that and the text wraps around it. Looks kind of good. So step 17 is done. Next, place the insertion point at the first paragraph on page 2 that ends, or after the first paragraph on page 2, ending in fall of 2022. Okay, so that's right there. Press enter and then remove the first line indent. Okay, well, I can do that again in the paragraph box. No indent. Okay, so that's it for 18. So it says a Word document can be designed to include information that is collected from another file, such as this Excel worksheet. We can paste the stuff from the worksheet. So we need to go into our files where we opened up our document and open up comparison.xls. So I'm going to open that. I'm going to drag it onto the screen so you guys can see it. So it tells us to select cells A1 to B4. So as I click in cells, it'll tell me up here what I'm doing. So A1 to B4, so that's just all the information there. And then we need to copy it and then move back to our document we've been working on. So in there, we want to paste special and ensure the paste option is selected and selecting Microsoft Excel worksheet object. So I'm on the Home tab, down arrow under Paste. I'm going to choose Paste Special. And then I want to choose Microsoft Excel worksheet object. So I'll hit OK. And now it's pasted in my little Excel excerpt from the sheet. So I'm done step 19. Step 20, insert a page border, selecting box, choosing the color of green, line weight 1/2. Okay, so I can kind of click wherever now. And I need to go to the Design tab for this. And at the very far right, you'll see page borders. We can click on that. And we want box. We want 1/2 point already selected. That's good. And then we want color green. So color, we want the green right here in standard colors, I believe. Yep. And we can hit OK. And now we have boxed green borders around everything. That's it for step 20. Last step, save your document. Now it's saving, and we are